All right, guys. Right now, the city council is in executive session right in front of me in one of those rooms. To the left is the city council chambers. The center door is the hallway. And then to the right is where that door right there that is in the center of my screen, that's where the folks come out after they're done with executive session. I was told initially that the police chief was not here, but someone told me that the police chief is in fact here. And when the executive session is over, he will be coming out of that door right there. And when he does, I'm going to be asking him about why he used the N-word multiple times in reference to a black murder victim at a murder scene. So they don't know I'm out here. I'm trying to get an interview with this police chief, see if he has any comment regarding his actions. Currently, the city council is in executive session discussing his, what I would presume, future employment options here at this city, which I think that they should fire him. But so far, he has not provided any comment, and he has avoided this meeting. I was just told by an informant that he will be exiting this door here, and that he is in fact in the building. So I'm going to be waiting to interview him when he comes out. There is a police vehicle over here. And I don't know what the chief drives. I was told that the police chief is not driving a city-issued vehicle up here to the meeting because he's trying to avoid being seen. There is a police vehicle here that's running. It's unoccupied. There are a few vehicles out here. We got a Jeep here. There's a Jeep. We got a police vehicle here that's running with nobody in it. Guys, I'm going to be catching the police chief who has been avoiding everybody ever since using the N-word. He's been avoiding everybody. And he snuck into the council meeting, and he expects to sneak right out the back without anybody knowing. I have an informant that told me that he would be coming out the back door of this building when they're done with executive session. I don't know how long executive session is going to last. We got another vehicle here. I'm looking for stickers or anything that might document, investigative journalism at its best. So which vehicle belongs to the chief? This one does not have a buyer name on it, but it's temporary plates. So that could be one. We got this vehicle here, appears to be a Jeep, and I don't know what that means there. It's got a A&M sticker on it. We got this one. I don't think this one's going to be the police chief's vehicle. That one's kind of old. Appears to have a lady's hat in it, unless he's driving his wife's vehicle. And then we have a, what is this, a Toyota? Yeah, police chief's going to be sneaking out of the back of that door over there, trying to avoid the media. So we got this vehicle. It has some kind of stronghold sticker on it. Nothing on here indicating any type of police. trying to figure out what vehicle the chief is driving so I can be ready to try to question him when he comes out. He's gonna be coming out of that door right there. This vehicle right here is another Jeep. And oh, look at that. We got a Back the Blue. Back the Blue. Police, #1 in the USA. That could be his vehicle, right? What do y'all think? Y'all think that's his? Then we have this one. There was somebody in it earlier. This is a Lincoln. And this could be the chief. And then we have this vehicle over here. So the chief is supposed to be exiting one of these rear doors. The chief has made himself unavailable for comment and is trying to hide from the media. So I've been here for several hours, and I was under the impression that the chief was not here. It turns out the chief is in fact here. So we're gonna figure out. Chief's supposed to be coming out of that door right there. Yes, the mayor is here right now. City council is meeting in that room right there, and they exit right here. And this is where the police chief is supposed to be coming out. The police chief doesn't know I'm out here. I'm gonna try to ask him some questions regarding his use of the N-word. Oh shit. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Oh man, I gotta pee. Damn it. It's kind of cold out here. Did y'all see that? I should apply for the police chief's position. That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. I didn't notice, but as I was walking by, I thought they were meeting in another room, but apparently they're meeting in a different room. And as I was walking by, I don't know if they saw me, but I could see everybody. So that's kind of weird. That was weird. Man, I'm trying to fix a battery issue. Goddamn. I hope he doesn't catch me with my pants down here. I'm trying to fix a battery issue. God dang it, man, the wind started. I was hoping not to get any wind. That fucking sucks. God damn it. Yeah, I'm sitting here literally. I have a connection problem with my gimbal, so that's kind of. I'll be careful. No, I'm not peeing. I'm just kidding. But this is where I'm going to be waiting for the chief to come out. He'll be coming out of the store right in front of us. So this is where I'm going to be. Yeah, the camera above me. That's funny. Y'all got jokes. Y'all got jokes. I'm not peeing. I actually had to fix my battery. It stopped charging my gimbal. So let me put my backpack back on. I got a backpack here. Ah, shit, I got an arm cramp. Oh, because I'm too fat. Yeah, man, so, wow, it's got cold out here pretty quick. So there's a cold front coming in. Let me get over here on the side of the building where there's less wind. So, all right, I'm good to go now. I got everything connected. I was not peeing, guys. I'm just kidding. I was not peeing. So for those of you that are just joining, the police chief snuck in to the city council executive session. He snuck in through the back here, and an informant told me that. And he's in executive session right now. He's been avoiding the media ever since he used the N-word reportedly 3 times as he's standing over a murder victim. So there's a police officer over there walking across the parking lot, presumably back over towards his vehicle. That's a police officer. He's getting in his patrol vehicle over there. So he may have gotten a call on me. Who knows? We'll see. He may be just going over to his car to jerk off. It's a long executive session, but we'll see. Maybe he got a call, or maybe somebody called because I'm walking around the parking lot, or maybe one of the council members called because I'm out here in the parking lot. This is going to be good. So he's been avoiding make sure I got my body cam is running. Okay, the police officer walked. The police officer did walk back. And see if I can see the police chief in there. And I'm looking around. That window right in front of me is where people are, where you can actually see. So right now I'm looking to see if I can see anybody else. I can't see anybody other than the council members. You can't hear them, but you can see them. You can only see the council members. So I can see when they're done with their meeting, and then I can catch the police chief out here. So my goal is to catch the police chief as he's exiting and start asking him questions about his use of the N-word and see if he has any comment. You know, if you got the balls or the gall to say that, then you should have the balls to make a comment, right? You know who I need with me right now? Whether you like him or not, Patrick would be great right now. Come on, guys. You know damn well Patrick would be great right now. This would be perfect for Patrick. That guy's like a little fucking pit bull, man. Ninja too. Well, you know, if he doesn't want to come out because I'm out here, he's gonna have to take the fucking bus home. I got my money ready to get on the bus. back, Kimball. Come on, man. This ain't the time to be taking a shit. You want to put some money together to get me a quality gimbal? It's bullshit. All right. Yeah, Patrick would be perfect for this. He's like a little fucking pit bull, man. So, I know, yeah, he's a funny troll. I don't get why people hate Patty. Yeah, man. You know, Patrick is not perfect by any means. And he annoys the fuck out of me sometimes. And he's done some things that are not very nice and not cool at all. But man, when it comes to filming these cops and filming these officials, he is relentless. That's what I like about him. He's got balls and he's fucking relentless. He doesn't give a rat's ass. He'd walk right through that door until they told him to leave. I don't even know how to do that, man. Come on. You gotta give it to him. So for those of you that are just joining, the police chief here in Castroville, Texas, used the N-word multiple times at a murder scene as he was standing over a black murder victim. And he was caught on body cam doing so. The Medina County Sheriff, routinely reviewing body cam footage of his deputies, came across the police chief using that language or words or whatever. And so the news story broke today. I came down to City Council at the very last executive session, which they are in right now. They are discussing his future employment. I'm not sure what they're going to be saying when they come out. Desert Goat is on the inside to catch what the City Council says or doesn't say. And I received word that the police chief is in fact here at the building. Now, I asked some folks earlier and they said he was not here. And maybe that was true then, but I did get word that he is in this executive session where they're discussing his job. And I'm not sure what's going on in there, but I came out back to intercept him and ask him questions about what he said. So I can see, if you guys notice, that door right there. That's where they'll be walking out of when they're done with executive session. And that's what I'm going to catch. So which vehicle, out of all those vehicles I showed y'all in the beginning, which vehicle do you think is his vehicle? Oh, you know what the officer did? The officer turned off his vehicle. Maybe somebody called Castroville PD and told them, you know, it's not cool to leave your vehicle running. I mean, why would you need to leave it running, right? There's not a dog in there or anything, so kudos to him for turning it off. I'm not sure where that officer is, though. I did not notice a police officer here at all the entire meeting. So I don't know if he's in the back, maybe. It's possible. Let's go see where the police are. Oh yeah, he's inside the door. That's where he's at. He's inside the door. Hey, be honest, man.
What?
Did anybody call about your vehicle running? I wasn't giving y'all a hard time about it.
Did anybody call?
No.
No, it's running because there's a problem with, I think, the inverter.
It's not running anymore, right?
No, it's still running. It should be.
It is? Oh.
Yeah, 'cause there's a problem with the inverter. If I cut it off, everything dies.
No, it's fine.
So
I was looking for the Chiefs vehicle, the Chiefs car. We're taking a bet on what car he drives.
Oh.
And because somebody told me he's here. They told me he was not here. They lied. They shouldn't have done it. But anyway, I'm gonna try to catch him and ask him some questions. And but anyway, we're taking bets on what vehicle is his. There's only one with a blue, something about back to blue. So they're all betting that that's the one. But anyway, you have any idea if he's gonna resign or?
I have no idea.
You don't know? Nothing? Okay.
No.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
You need to get in here.
No. I'm gonna.
Welcome through.
Yeah, I'm hanging out here. Hopefully, catch him as he's walking and ask him some questions. Just ask him questions, and he probably won't answer, but that's the journalist, you know. gotta ask the questions.
I got you. But
Yeah.
I seen you kept walking
Just
around.
fucking-
You're welcome to come through here.
I'm walking around to stay warm.
Got you.
The cold front tonight? I thought it was tomorrow.
They don't know, man.
Jesus
Weather
Christ.
Changes.
All right, thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
That was a Castroville police officer. That's the one with running the vehicle. He said there's an inverter problem with it, so. Oh no, it's still on. I think he just turned off his lights. So if he's having an inverter problem or something like that, then, you know, that's fine. So if the chief doesn't know that I'm out here, he does now. I went and got my tripod. And I'm gonna stand over here just in case this vehicle is his. So he's not able to make a quick run to his vehicle. So I guess the cat's out of the bag as far as me being here. But this ought to be good. The police chief is gonna be, I guess the police chief planned on sneaking into this council meeting through the back door and sneaking out through the back door. They're all well aware that I'm here. And well, I got some questions for him. So I'll be out here waiting for him to come in. Yeah, I know, right? Inverter problem. Shut the fuck up. Inverter my ass. Well, I don't need to pee anymore. So I don't need the key to the restroom. He did not deny the chief was here. I know the chief is here. I mean, I don't have any reason to doubt my source, so super glue the car door. Yeah, the Lincoln might be the chief's luxury wheels. You know, this Lincoln is either the chief's or the city manager or city attorney. But the city attorney looks like a Jeep girl. I'm willing to bet that she's driving one of those Jeeps. She's kind of hot. She's a hot girl in a Jeep. If for some reason there's a problem with the live stream when all this goes down, I do have static videos running. I have 2 other cameras running that are attached to me, so. Yeah, well, they were denying that he was here, and he has not made an appearance in the city council meeting. It appears that he came at the last executive session, which is occurring now, and snuck in through the back. So we're just waiting for them to get. Yeah, you can look him up. His name is Jackson. I think it's Brian Jackson. You can Google Castroville Police Department, or you can Google Castroville Police Chief uses N-word, and the story should come up. Enter a chief, exit a retiree. Absolutely. You know, police chiefs or police officers that use the N-word definitely should resign and, you know, enjoy their retirement if they can. RH, what is the N-word? Hey, why don't you Google it, RH? You know, why don't you Google that if you don't know, dummy? Enter chief, exit Indian. The I word. Don't say the I word. Montgomery County. I think Montgomery County is down near Houston, and Val Brooks, yes, Castroville. I'm thinking that Castroville was named after a Mexican settler, but I'm guessing. Don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure, but they do have a picture of two Mexican men standing over what purports to be Castroville, probably in the early 1800s. That's inside the city council chamber. Yes, Eyes All Around says the chief is a massive liability. I mean, could you imagine if they keep him on and as soon as one of his officers shoot a black man or black woman, I mean, and there's an investigation, who do you want to be the leader of the department investigating another police on black shooting? A police chief that apparently thinks just another N-word shot, probably, you know, massive liability to the city. If I were the mayor, that executive session would have lasted about 30 seconds. About enough time for the police to hand me his badge and for me to throw it across the fucking room. So Atlanta Schuster is saying in 2018 he was investigated on arson and was put on admin leave. Oh my God, is this the one that tried to commit insurance fraud and burn his vehicle? Castroville, man, just Castroville, Texas police chief. You're spelling it right. Man, that would be something else if he's the same cop that did that. There was a cop, I think a chief somewhere, that tried to commit insurance fraud. And yeah, that'd be something else if he was. I am not, oh, I'm sorry about the wind. It's kind of windy out here. Brian Jackson is his name. I am not near New Braunfels. Castroville is due west of San Antonio. All right, same town, different chief. Gotcha. Yeah, Castroville has had its problems with their police chiefs. They can't seem to get a non-corrupt chief in here or keep one for very long, it seems. Castroville and General McMullen. Yeah, we do have a Castroville road, but no, this is the city of Castroville. Chris Hawk says he'll come be chief. Well, if you're gonna come here, okay, looks like the city manager is standing up at this point. I see the city manager standing up right through that window right there. That's his white shirt. The city manager is wearing a white shirt to fire the police chief who used the N-word. Or maybe the city manager is gonna not fire the police chief and he wore a white shirt to not fire the police chief who used the N-word. It looks like they're all walking out, guys. Here we go. Looks like they are done with executive session, or they haven't walked out yet. They haven't walked out yet. I saw the city manager stand up. I thought he was walking towards the door, but right there, we're looking at the mayor, the city secretary, city administrator. Well, I'll see which way he runs out. I don't know why the news is not here. Hey, wait a minute. The news is here. What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, I know what you're asking. I know what you're saying. Here we go, guys. Here we go. All right, so that was the city manager. That was the city manager. I'm not sure where the city manager went. He might have went to the restroom. And there's your police chief right there. That was the police chief. So the police chief was over here in this room. And they just brought the police chief into the meeting. So looks like they're gonna tell him his fate. That was the police chief. He was wearing a gun on his hip, and they did describe him as a rather tall guy. So let's see what happens. It looks like they're back in session. Hey, they covered the window. So that window right there, they had a thing that kind of had it open, and they just covered it. So we'll see. I guess I'll set up over here. Couldn't see anything through that window anyway. I'm trying to look in here, but we'll see here. Yeah, the tall guy that was walking behind the city manager, that's the police chief. So we'll try to figure out if he's coming or not. That lady right there is the city secretary. Well, I hope the wind doesn't ruin my audio. I have a camera here that's static that has a wind mic on it, so I'll be able to get I should be able to get very good static video and audio from this interview. So it just the question is the chief going to give an interview or not? I guess the blind isn't working on that window over there. They could just pull the blind down, I suppose, but maybe the blind's not working. That inverter's not working, blind's not working. Yeah, I'm freezing out here. I didn't bring a jacket. I did not know the cold front was coming through. You know, this ain't about outsiders, insiders, and stuff like that. This is about police chief using the N-word multiple times at a murder scene. There was a black man who was a victim of a murder, and the police chief was caught red-handed on body cam using the N-word 3 times, and was reported by the Medina County Sheriff. When the Medina County Sheriff was doing a routine review of body cam, came across the police chief making those statements, using those words. You know, in my humble opinion, a police chief who uses those words, or a police officer who uses those words, needs to resign immediately. And if they don't resign, they need to be fired immediately. They're an extreme liability to the city and to the community. Grim Reaper, he's negotiating a severance package. If I was a city manager and my police chief used the N-word, the only severance I'd give him is severing my foot off in his ass after I fire him. have not released the video yet. This story just broke today. I believe the Medina County District Attorney is investigating to see if there was any criminal law violated. You know, this word was used on an active murder scene, and I imagine they're probably thinking that if the police chief was using those words at this murder scene to describe this victim, then is there anything he did or any decisions that he made or any directions he gave that would show racial bias? And if there is, then that's a violation of the law. And so they are investigating that. So of course they're going to withhold the body cam while they're investigating. So they have not released that yet. Yeah, man, Sammy Robinson, as far as applying to be a police chief, man, I got better things to do. This is what I want to do. And if only I could be a police chief and still run my YouTube channel, that'd be great. But, I'd have to do one or the other, I suppose. They both take a lot of work, I think, and I would be an ineffective police chief if I didn't have the time to put into it. So there's somebody back here driving. I think somebody pulling back here. It's like it's a truck. Welcome to Castroville. Plug this back in. The wind kind of died down a little bit, thank goodness. The wind was picking up there for a second. It sucked. Stupid fucking thing. God damn it. I'm gonna tear that fucking thing off of there because I don't need it. That goes in there like so. And my battery shut off again. God damn it. I hate when it does that shit. There we go. Turn the battery back on. Put my backpack back on. And we are back in business. I gotta remember I'm attached to this camera. Yeah, it's rolling by, trying to see what the situation is, I suppose. So guys for those that are just joining, this the Castroville, Texas City Council is an executive, excuse me. It's cold out here, it's got my asthma jacked up. Anyway, the Castroville, Texas City Council is having an executive session meeting behind those windows concerning the police chief's future employment here after the police chief said the N-word 3 times at the scene of an active murder investigation involving a African-American murder victim. And the police chief was caught on body cam, and the Medina County Sheriff, upon routine review, noticed the comments and forwarded it to the Medina County District Attorney and Castroville City Administration. So currently they're having a closed executive session meeting concerning his employment, which, presumably they're going to terminate him. That's what they should do. or maybe who knows what they're doing. But he did not appear at the city council meeting as planned. I got word that, so I was attending the city council meeting and I got word that he was in the building. He snuck in through this door here, the back door in the back of the building. My informant tells me that he did not drive his city vehicle up here so that way he could hide from media. He did not drive his city issued vehicle up here. So anyway, I got word that he was here, and in fact, just a minute ago, we saw the police chief get called in by the city administrator into the executive session. So he is in fact here. It is confirmed that he is here. This will be the door that he should be exiting from, and I plan on trying to get an interview with him. I got some questions about his speech. Hey guys, if you guys can think of any questions that I could ask the police chief when he comes out this door, so I'm probably gonna have just I'll be following him to whatever vehicle that he came here, and I'm gonna be asking him questions directly to his face. If you guys can think of any questions that you want asked, I'd like you guys to put them in the comments. Kind of give me a help me come up with some questions to ask. Oh my gosh. Did you, hey Chief, did you mean to say bigger? Did you mean to say I'm bigger than that? Oh shoot. I'm not sure what he's done. Ask him is the sheriff your friend, sir? I like that one. Is the sheriff your friend, sir? Oh. Hey, oh, I bet he has a black friend that's a doctor. What was that city that I was in where that police officer said that he had a black friend that was a doctor? Like that was supposed to impress me or some shit? I think he's full of shit. Oh, I'm just saying, if he has a black friend, that's fine. I'm not saying nothing about that. What I'm trying to say is that typically when people get caught being racist against black people, their first response is, I have black friends. Like that's supposed to justify the use of the word, or it's supposed to justify the behavior. It's pathetic. And that one cop up in, I forget the name of that city I was in. Did I just hear clapping? I just heard clapping coming from that fucking executive session. I don't know what they could possibly be clapping about. Yeah, I know, that was clapping. Ask him what he drives. I should have burned a job application up here to Chuck E. Cheese. No, careful, Papa Meatball. Jokes are fine, but that's borderline right there, Papa Meatball. It's borderline. I don't know if I like that. Hey, Chief, what's next in your career? Dog catcher? Garbage man? Where do you go from here? We are waiting for the police chief to exit this door so we can ask him questions about his use of the N-word. Does he regret it? Is it wrong to say it? Is it wrong for police to use that word? These are questions that I have for this police chief. City Hall security. I think his days of employment are done here, and if they're not, they should be. Can you recommend a good body cam, Chief? I love that one. I love that one. Oh, okay. I'm going to definitely ask him if he could recommend a good body cam. I think, yeah. Chief, are you willing to apologize to the public? That's a good question. That's a good question to ask. I will ask him if he's willing to publicly apologize for his actions. Not that it matters to me. He can apologize all the fuck he wants. He needs to be gone. But you know, it sure would. It should. I guess it would mean something. I don't know. I mean, he wasn't sorry when he said it, so I really give a rat's ass if he's sorry now. Sorry he got caught. Chief, are you changing your name to Cassius? From Chief to Cassius? Oh, good Lord. Chief, would it be okay if I called you by your slave name? Oh my God. Hey, thank you, Eyes All Around. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Eyes All Around says, thanks for using your time, Jack, to make change. Mad respect. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. And any money that I get from on my super chat tonight is going straight to the Livingston area victims that are currently facing $100,000, $105,000 bonds out of Livingston, Texas. If you haven't seen the Livingston, Texas story, go look at that, please. There's some people in dire need. Right now, Mel is still in jail. We're trying to get her out and get her back with her children. We need to come up with $5,000. And you can go to my community tab on my YouTube channel and you can see the many ways that you can donate. You can donate to me for the Livingston people. You can donate to Mel, you can donate to Ismail, you can donate to Matt, you can donate to Brandon. Brandon and Mel are still in the Livingston County Jail. I was able to arrange for HBO Matt and Ismail to basically have a seamless process, in and out in a few hours, and bond out through my bail bondsman up here in San Antonio, and bail out on the Polk County charges. And you know, so they're taken care of. They are on the hook for $10,000 a piece, somewhere between 8 and 10. I'm not sure what they finally decided on, but it's 10%. So that's what my bail bondsman did, and no collateral. So they just need to come up with the 10 grand. They're trying to come up with 4 now because they have to pay half. And then Mel, we're trying to get Mel out. We've secured $100,000 worth of property to put up as collateral, and 3 co-signers. And now we just need the half of her bond fee, which is $5,000, to get her out of jail. If we can come up with the $5,000, she walks right out of jail. So, you know, if you can donate, please do so. If you donate to me to give to them as a donor, you have access to my financial records to see where the donations have gone. So there's no games, nothing shady going on. I don't need the money, but they do. So please consider donating to them. Go to the YouTube community page and on my channel, and you can see the many ways to donate. If you donate on the super chat here, then it's going to go directly split amongst all of them. Anything helps. 50 cents, $1, whatever you want to donate is greatly appreciated. I don't know what to say about that. It's a horrendous situation. Livingston is saying that because they knew, well, because HBO Matt knew that carrying a gun would cause somebody to call the police, and that when the police showed up, they began filming that they are guilty of inducing a person to call 911, and they put $105,000 bond on that. So yeah, on my YouTube community page, I do have a Cash App link there, so you can donate to my Cash App as well. And like I said, if you donate money and you want to see where the donations have gone, I won't share the names of the people that donated, but I will show you everything that was donated and where it went. And you know, I keep everything electronic, so that way there's no question as to where the money went. So I don't take out cash and hand it to anybody. I either write a check out of one of my accounts, or I will you know, do it electronically. So I like to do checks because there's no fee for me to write a check. So yeah, in Texas, there is no requirement to have a license or NFA paperwork for things like silencers and things like that, if the silencer is manufactured in Texas. But Matt, he is the epitome of following rules, okay? He does not follow rules. Let me see if I can put my back towards the wind and see if that helps at all. It's fucking cold out here. But anyway, I wish I had some shelter from this fucking wind. Y'all can get together and buy me a fucking jacket. I'm just kidding. I don't need a jacket. But yeah, you can go to my YouTube community page. I do have a Cash App there that you can donate to. And I'll make sure that money gets to wherever you want it to go to, if you just earmark it. Thank you, Martin G, for your $15 donation. Use wisely, and thanks for your work. I am taking any money that I make off this live stream, as well as any money that I make off of videos concerning Livingston, and any of that, all of that money I'm donating to Livingston. So, you know, as I put out videos, share them, watch them, click on the ads. Let's try to generate as much revenue as we can on those videos. That's one way to contribute. And, you know, let's get this money raised for Mel. She really needs it. She needs to be back with her kids. You know, her kids were screaming and yelling. I was able to watch live as Brandon turned himself in, and Brandon had the kids in that apartment as Livingston was outside being rather impatient, wanting him to open the door. And he had to open the door. There was no choice. If he didn't open the door, they were going to bust it in. So, and as he opened the door and they began to take their dad in custody, you know, the children were crying and screaming and horrified. It was sad. It was a sad situation. Neither one of them deserved to be in jail. The affidavits, if you look at them, and they're out there, if you look at the affidavits, it was just an affidavit describing a bunch of conduct by citizens that was completely legal. There wasn't even any crime. So none of them should be in jail. Plan. Livingston had a plan to do that to whoever showed up there filming. Thank you, CK. Tell him his daughter is dating a black guy. Is it true your daughter's dating a black guy? Chief, you want to refer to your daughter's boyfriend as a black guy. You don't want to refer to him as the N-word, just to let you know. I like that one. I like that one. Hey, I tell you what, I don't care what question, I don't care what you want me to say to the chief. The highest dollar amount attached to a comment for the chief, I will say that comment directly to the chief live. Now, it can't be hate speech, it can't be racial, but, oh, you know what, since the chief was being racial, why not? I can be racial to him, just for the purpose of this situation. So, whatever you want me to say to the chief, whatever you want me to direct towards the chief, the highest amount wins. I'll try to get as much out as I can, but definitely the highest donation wins. How big is your dick, Chief? Yeah, for suppressors that are not made in Texas, you have to have what's called an NFA paperwork filled out. So basically, you register with the ATF. You pay like a $200 tax or something like that, and then also they put you in a registry. They do a background check. You got to submit fingerprints, and they, So anyway, Matt has all that paperwork. You're not required to carry it on you, but you are required to produce it if the federal government asks you to. Which there's really very limited circumstances in which they would do that. They can do it anytime they want, but they just don't go around asking people to produce their stuff. Maybe they're auditing, maybe they're, checking. Maybe if you're a gun dealer and you have 1,000 NFA items, they might want to audit your inventory against your paperwork. Maybe they do routine audits, or if you get in trouble, or if they're going to revoke it, something like that. But certainly the state police and below do not have the authority to compel you, force you to show your NFA paperwork. Matt's one of those kind of guys where, he may show it upon request because, he believes in being polite. And, but, he didn't have it on him at the time because he's not required to carry it. But Livingston Police said he was supposed to. But all that stuff is a separate item. They're not being charged for any of that. They're literally being charged, all of them. Corners News, which, by the way, thank you, Corner News. Would the chief refer to me as mojado? What's a mojado? Mojado? Fucking mojado? What is a mojado? Thank you, Val Brooks, for the $4.99. That money's going directly to the Livingston folks. Thank you very much. Val Brooks says, I appreciate you, TX. Corners News wants me to ask the chief if, I think the chief is Hispanic too. Corners News for $1.99. Corners News says, would the chief refer to me as mojado? Is that a question you want me to ask him, or? Yeah, so if you want me to say something to the chief, it doesn't have to be a question. If you want me to just let him have it, and you have something you want me to say to him, the highest dollar amount wins. And I will say exactly what you tell me to say to him. I have no problem telling him whatever. I was hoping to ask him some questions and try to get an interview, as a journalist. But, yeah. I know, right? But he looked Hispanic. I don't know. Maybe he's not Hispanic. I only saw him from the rear as he was walking in. He's definitely a country-ass motherfucker. But, with his Wranglers and his boots looking like George Strait from the rear anyway. That's a shout-out to you, Nasty Nathaniel. He had a nice butt. But anyway, Yeah, so I don't know if he's white. I don't know what it looked like in his photos. It looked like he was white, but who knows? I could be mistaken. This is this is in Castroville, Texas. Castroville, Texas. That's where we're currently at, and we're waiting for the police chief to walk out this door so I can ask him questions about his use of the N-word. And he's right behind that door to the right, along with the city council executive session, talking about his future employment here after he used the N-word at an active murder scene, standing over a black murder victim. And he was busted by his own Blue Line gang members. Ask him, why that word, Chief? Why that word? Out of all the words you could have used, why that word? That's a good question. That's a good journalistic question. You ask him if he's good at knot tying. Do you know how to tie any knots, Chief? That's a good question. Curious about his knot tying ability. They're just lucky that I did not have time to plan a protest here. No, the chief is going to come out this door. There's no doubt about that. He's coming out this door, or he's going to try to walk out the front. He's going to have to leave his fucking car back here if he wants to avoid. Best thing for him to do is come out and face the music. Answer some questions. Apologize to the public. That's what he needs to do. He needs to make this right, or make it more right than it is. You know, look, this is a bad situation, very, very bad thing he did. The best thing for him to do is to own up to it and, you know, apologize, repent for his sin, and move on in his life, away from this city and away from law enforcement. Well, they are also discussing the employment of some executive session. They did call him in, and shortly after that, there was some applauding. Yeah, there's no other media here besides me. No other media besides me here. I wish there were. Oh, that'd be great if he exited under the blanket, a white blanket. Oh my God. Could you imagine if the city manager took off his white shirt and the chief had it over his head as he's walking out to conceal his identity? That would be icing on the cake. Oh yeah, they know I'm out here. I've been standing at this door as they've been walking by. I think they got a break room over to the left. So they know I'm out here, but they're not saying nothing. There's a police officer up front that knows I'm out here too. So they're not saying nothing. They're not being tyrants. As far as the city government goes, they're not being tyrants about this. They must know that I'm here to ask questions and document what's going on. And they must know that I have questions for the chief, and, you know, we're going to find him wherever he's at and ask him questions until he comes clean. And, you know, thank you, Bob Lau, for the $10 chat. Thank you for the donation for the Livingston. Again, any money that I raise here on this live stream tonight is going to the Livingston victims. The 4 people that were arrested in Livingston, victimized by the police. Any money that's raised here on this live stream, any money that I get from making videos about Livingston, all of that money, 100% of that money is going to Livingston. And if you donate, whether it be going to my community tab and donating through there, you donate through this chat, if you donate, you can see all that money and where it went. I'm completely transparent with money that's donated. I don't play any games, never have, never will. You're right. If he does apologize, it won't be genuine, and we all know that. He would only be apologizing and sorry that he got caught. Not sorry for the words. He wasn't sorry at the time. And I don't mean to imply that if he apologizes, that makes everything okay. But I think an apology is due. I think he needs to apologize to the community for violating their trust. Here locally in Castroville, I think he needs to apologize to the black community for using that word. I think he needs to apologize to his family. He's got a lot of apologizing to do. I'm rubbing my hands together, guys, because I'm freezing out here. I'm rubbing my hands together. Rubbing my hands together for heat. That's an old survival trick that I learned in the military. When you're freezing your ass off, don't put your hands under your armpits. They're nice and warm, but that's just robbing yourself of heat. What you want to do is you want to rub your hands together like this, create friction, create heat, and you can warm up your hands if you want. But another thing is you want to cover your head, which I don't have a cover for my head. But anyway, yeah, that's what you want to do. And I'm right here in the wind. Standing outside this door in the wind. Oh, it could be worse. It could be a lot colder. But saying the N-word a misdemeanor or a felony. Well, will a misdemeanor or a felony get your ass kicked? It's neither a misdemeanor or a felony to use the N-word. It could be a misdemeanor. It could be a misdemeanor disorderly conduct, depending on where you use it. If you use speech that tends to incite a breach of the peace, then that's disorderly conduct in Texas. It's not protected speech, so it could be a misdemeanor. In the context of where he used it allegedly, I mean, when I say allegedly, we know he used it. He's on body cam. It was reported by the Medina County Sheriff, so there's no reason to doubt the authenticity of the complaint, whether he said the word or not. And based on reports, the location where he said it and the context that he said it, it doesn't appear that he committed a crime of disorderly conduct. But you ask if using the N-word is a misdemeanor or a felony, and my answer to that is, regardless of whether it is a misdemeanor or a felony, it certainly will get your ass kicked. And I don't know any other crime other than being a child molester that would result in you getting your ass kicked. So I will ask you this. Is using the N-word just as bad as being a child molester? I think so. Yeah, Cooper Media, when I mention context, I'm not talking about an excuse. What I'm talking about is somebody asked if it was a felony or misdemeanor, and using the N-word being a crime depends on the context in which you use it. So obviously, if you're a black rapper and you're using the N-word in a rap song, there's nothing illegal about that. If you're a black man using it out in public, there's nothing criminal about that. If you're a white man and you walk into a black church and use it, there's probably something criminal about that. And if you don't understand that, then go Google protected speech and hate speech and what's protected and what's not. Study the law, and you can get back to me with dumb questions like that. we are going to catch the police chief coming out here, and we are going to ask him the hard questions. That is for sure going to happen. And I am going to go get a break from this wind, because it is fucking crazy. Oh, look at that. I can see inside the executive session. I can see when they stand up. So they're so stupid. I'm gonna go get over here and get a break from this damn wind. Oh, that's much better. Jesus. It's getting cold there for a minute. Trying to hide from this wind, but man, it's blowing all over the place here. At least this is a little better. It's blowing from that direction. Oh, it's definitely blowing from this direction. You know what I'm gonna do? Watch, as soon as I walk over here, he's gonna run out real quick. Castroville police are probably calling in right now. Chief, run out the back, he's gone. I'm gonna pull my truck around back so I can at least sit in some warm air. God damn, it's cold out in that motherfucker. All right, let me get my gimbal off this thing. I'm gonna put my tripod in the back of my truck, and yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Oops. That wasn't good. Let's see here.
Testing.
Oh, shit.
System ready.
Oh, shit. Oh, let me turn that shit down. Alright, so I'm gonna go look out to the back. That's what I'm driving right now. I had to turn off that copyright music, and then also, oh, what the hell's going on with my, let's see. Alright, so anyway. Yeah, man.
KA alert.
Turn that shit off. Looks like I got a light on in here. Let me turn that off. Oh, you know what? Trying to see what would give me the best advantage to catch the chief coming out. Ah, yeah. So park right here. I don't want to block anything, but definitely could come out. Man, this wouldn't be a good spot either. Trying to see what I can do here to not block anything. Yeah, this doesn't block anything, and I can see if the chief comes out. So let me warm up right quick. I'm not looking at the chat screen, guys. I'm trying to figure out some things here, so just bear with me. Cocksucker. Hang tight, I'm gonna set this fucking gimbal down right quick. Set this gimbal down right quick. Oh, the life of a journalist. Life of a journalist. There's nothing to see right now. I'm watching that door. I am watching that door, so I'll be able to see if he comes out of it or not. Oh, much nicer in here. Nice and warm. Pick up the gimbal. And we are back. Yeah, goats, desert goats on the inside. I'm on the outside. Let's see here. Ah, bubblegum. The mouth was getting dry there for a minute. We're waiting on the police chief to come out this door here. He snuck in. He ain't gonna be able to sneak out, that's for sure. We're just waiting on the police chief to exit so we can ask him some questions about this N-word. Okay, I turned my lights off. Oh, shut up already about the goddamn noise. I'm trying to warm up here. Who's that complaining about the blower noise in the truck? Rick Ray says, not enough wind noise outside. Let's put the mic in front of the blower in the truck. Suck it, Mike. Suck it, Rick. Kosher Only No Bacon wants to know, do I have an ETA? There's no telling how long these executive sessions could go on. There really is no, there's no ETA on that. I mean, they could go on for a very long time. And so there's no telling. But it is getting late at night. It's 11:20 Central Time here. So generally, when it gets this late, they tend to kind of hurry it along. So the temperature here is 67. My truck is reading 67. It feels like it's 50. I just turned my truck on, so the temperature might go down, but it's 67. But darn, man, when you stand out there for a little while, it's pretty damn cold. You ask me. Oh shit, now I know what's going on here. That's there. Okay, sorry. Let me check my phone battery. Looks like my phone battery's doing pretty good now. Okay, now it's much warmer. Now I'm feeling a lot better. Man, 31 degrees. Here and snowing, but yeah, wind chill sucks. Yeah, that's the problem. It's not cold out here, but the damn wind is the wind kicking up out here. We have a cold front blowing in. Thank you, Ryan. Brian says I got a nice truck. Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, so we're waiting for the chief to come out that door, and we're gonna ask him some questions. Hopefully that's not his Lincoln. If it is, he'll quickly get into his vehicle. But I'm just waiting to see if anybody comes out that door. So that's all I'm waiting on. You know, I could probably move over a little bit. Let me move over a little bit so I can get a better view of that door. Yeah, this is a little better. I'm looking at the back and I'm trying to get right up next to that Jeep. Yeah, this is much better. Yeah, that's much better. Now I can really see inside that door. Thank you, Breaking the Flaw. Ask the chief if he said ginger or ginger. Chief, did you mean to say ginger? And you said ginger? That's a good one. I like that. Hey, you high says Texas is going to have power outages. It's going to get down into the 30s for a few hours. You got that right. Mr. Diaz, I am in Texas. I'm from San Antonio, Texas, and currently I am in Castroville, Texas. I do see a police officer to the right. Looks like he's doing a patrol. Zysis says, Flaw, I second that question. Okay, so it looks like the question is, so far the winning question is, going to be, Chief, did you mean to say ginger or ginger? I like that. That's awesome. You guys are a lot of fun. And again, any money donated is going to go to the Livingston, Texas victims of the police. Let's see what the original question was. Oh, Chief, did you say ginger or ginger? That seems to be the winning question so far. If you have a question or something that you want me to tell the chief, if you want me to tell the chief something, the highest donor, I will say whatever it is you want me to say. I don't care how offensive it is. I don't care how vulgar it is. I don't care if it's nice. I don't care if it's mean. You know, I will tell the chief exactly what the highest donor wants me to tell him. The police chief is going to come out of that door right in front of us. And he's been avoiding the media. He snuck in the back, and he was hoping to sneak out the back after this meeting about his job that he's having with city council behind those windows. He was planning on secretly sneaking out this door, but I got him. He's going to have to go out of one of these doors, and I'm going to be there when he does. I'll be able to see. Right now, I'm looking at this door right in front of me, and that's the only door that he can exit out of into this hallway. And I know what he looks like now. I have confirmed that he is there. And, you know, of course, I'm going to ask him. I'm going to ask him a few questions when he gets out. I'm going to ask him all the questions I can possibly ask. in the possibly short time that I'm going to have to be asking him questions. But maybe he'll stop and he'll answer questions. You know, if he wants to stop and answer questions concerning his conduct or make a comment or a statement, I will afford him that opportunity and I will be nice. But if he continues to try to run and hide, then you know, I'm not going to be too nice. So we're going to see. We're going to see how this plays out. He has not been on admin leave. This story broke today, and so as far as I know, the city of Castroville, and we're still trying to gather all the facts. But from what I understand, the city of Castroville was notified today. Is from what I understand. But I could be wrong on that. I have not verified that, but that's the information I'm getting. Most of the community here in Castroville doesn't even know that this occurred, or that their police chief did this. There was a couple of residents that were passing out earlier today, walking by and such, and I was letting them know what happened, and they did not know. The people that were showing up to the council meeting tonight, they didn't know. Citizens. Somebody had passed out the news article, so that's how they began to know about it. Hey, Chief, at what moment did you know you fucked up? I do like the body cam though, the one about, hey Chief, do you have any recommendations on good body cams? But unfortunately that did not win. So right now currently I'm gonna ask him if he said Ginger or Ginger. That is the winning one, so that one's definitely gonna be asked, Ginger or Ginger. And then I'll ask him if he can recommend any good body cams. Is the Medina County Sheriff your friend, sir? Yes. Are you gonna go home and beat the wife, sir? Any special plans tonight, like beating the wife when you get home? What is the race of your wife, sir? What is your daughter's boyfriend's race? Do you allow your daughter to date black men? Oh, shit. Hey, Chief, do you let your daughter date black men? Has your daughter ever been pigeonholed by a black man? Hey, do any of y'all know who Jay-Z is? If you do, I think I'm gonna ask the Chief. Jigga what? Jigga who? Jigga what? Jigga who? Oh shit. Jay-Z is a rapper, and he has a song called Jigga What. I think the title of it is Jigga What, but it goes Jigga what? Jigga who? Jigga what? Jigga who? And it's a play on Jay-Z's name, right? His name is Jay-Z, so it's Jigga. He goes by Jigga Man. Yeah, exactly. Jigga what? Chief, did you teach your family your values? Who else in your family uses the N-word, Chief? They don't like when once you go black, you never go back. Yeah, so I agree with Martin G. $15 was the highest donation, but Martin G saying to play it pro with questions. If he doesn't play, let him have it with all the satire questions. What body cam? Beat the wife? Does your daughter have date black men? Yeah, so that's what I plan on doing. Definitely, I'm gonna ask the question with the highest donation. That was the agreement. So right now, as it stands, I will be asking him if he meant to say ginger or ginger or ginger. So that question is going to be asked. Or if somebody donates higher with a question, that question will be asked. Also, if somebody donates a higher amount, the highest amount. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. They're coming out. They're coming out, folks. They're coming out. I think. Yeah, here comes the chief right now. Here he comes. Uh-oh, he looks like he might be leaving the door. Hey, Chief. Jack Miller, I'm a journalist, and I have some questions for you.
Aren't you the guy that got fired from Bear County?
I'm the guy that got fired for. Hey, let me ask you something. Does your daughter date black men? Did you?
I don't know.
You don't know who your daughter dates? Has your daughter ever been pigeonholed by a black dude? Huh? Are you fired, Chief?
Nice try.
You will be. Fucktard. So this is his vehicle. Yeah. He said, aren't you the guy that got fired from Bear County? You want to talk, or are you going to be a coward and run away? Chief, have some balls and talk to the public. That's him, guys. That's his vehicle. You hit me, I'll jerk you out and whoop your ass. Well, there you go, guys. The chief ran. Just like we expected him to. So I'm gonna go back up front. Let me go back up front and see what's going on. Oh yeah, he peeled out. He hauled ass. He's pissed. So his response to me when I asked him, Chief, I'm a journalist, I have some questions, was to say, weren't you the guy that got fired from Bear County? What an idiot. All right, I'm done. Wow, man. Wow. Could you hear me yell?
I tucked in there and then I came out. Just
I said, Chief, I'm a journalist and I have some questions for you. He goes, aren't you the guy that got fired from Bear County? I've never been fired from my life. In fact, 2 officers have been. One was suspended for 3 days for saying that, and the other was fired from inquest for saying that. So, I tried to ask him, man. So then I did my thing. And I said, if his daughter had been pigeonholed by a black dude, I pissed him off. All right, guys, we're done.
We're dragging the board.
Oh, thanks, man. Oh, that was horrible. Did you see it? Yeah. What a jerk. He said, aren't you the guy that got fired by Bear County? Yeah. Did the meet? Sergeant got suspended for 3 days for saying that, and an officer was terminated from Windcrest for saying that. I've never been fired from a job in my life. No reason for a lawsuit, but it cost them their job. Yeah, so anyway. Damn it, started it.
Just tell me when you are ready.
All right, we're back in the council meeting.
Okay, we're ready.
All right, we are reconvening in open session at 11:37. Next item is consider possible action resulting from items posted and legally discussed in executive session. Do I have a motion?
I'd like to make a motion for city attorney to proceed as directed in executive session.
Second.
Okay.
All right, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. So I'm just going to let folks know that Brian Jackson is, as of now, on administrative leave Fred Wagner will act as interim chief of police, pending our investigation. All right, we are gonna go now back to item number 11. Discussion and appropriate action on a request for a specific use permit to allow commercial business and dental office at 13 Texas, to operate in a residentially zoned area.
All right, guys. We're going to stick around and try to interview some of the council members and city officials. Hey, can you hold this? Let me put my backpack back on. Just right there. So we're gonna stick around to try to interview some of the city officials here. We're not going to expect, but you never know. So we've been here already long enough, right? I am glad that I got to give the chief the opportunity to respond. And then when he wanted to continue to act like a nasty individual, you know, obviously he's not very apologetic about you while standing over a should be met with harsh punishment. They should be fired. You know, I don't know what rules and laws that they have to abide by firing a police chief. I guess maybe they're trying to avoid liability. But as far as I'm concerned, fuck that. If you just fire the police chief, just fucking fire him. Bye. See ya. Bye. Then who cares if he sues you? Ain't nobody gonna find in your favor. Chief.
Paid vacation.
I couldn't see a jury finding against a city who fires a police officer for using the N-word. But I guess the city does have to exercise due diligence in their decisions. I think they're done. Hold on.
Okay.
See where my park up there.
I'm gonna mute this guy. Big time.
Yeah, I think this is the latest I've ever been.
I'm sure, guys.
All right, guys. Looks like the mayor has agreed to provide a comment. So he currently is talking to a citizen, and the citizen is they're talking about something private. I could be all in there putting my camera in his face, but I want to get a comment from the mayor. So sometimes you extend a little to get a little, right? So I'm not here to audit the city. I've done that already tonight, and it doesn't appear that they have a problem with cameras or anything like that. So when he's finished, he's going to give me an interview. I'll go back inside so there's better light. I will ask the mayor if, oh yeah, here he comes, here he comes. There's better light in here.
Okay, let me talk to you.
Sure. And the mic is on now.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
So when the house was built, you know how it comes when it comes to financing surveys, and me and Kerry got into this already, and because he's covering his ass and somebody else's, he won't speak on it. This lot, when they financed that lot, they did a pin survey. There it is, there it is. Okay, I'm done. There were 7 types of surveys.
I'm dragging a cord, guys. I'm dragging a cord out of my backpack.
This gentleman right here, which is my father's best friend.
A lot of times, guys, the city government, the officials, they're very limited in what they can say. I can tell you what I expect is the mayor to be very limited on what he can actually comment on. But I'll ask him a question and you know, get a comment. But it's probably not going to be very much. At this point, they have to exercise their due diligence, and if they're going to terminate an employee, there's things that they have to do, and they can't just fire somebody or whatever just because they want to. They have to have a good reason. Otherwise, it opens them up to liability, and they owe it to the citizens to exercise due diligence in everything they do to create the least amount of liability as possible for the city government here, because ultimately the taxpayers are the ones that foot that bill. So I wouldn't expect any action tonight. You know, I said what I would do if I were them, but look, that's probably why I'm not a city administrator, because I would be probably have lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. So it's probably better I'm not a city administrator, because I would have just booted him. I would have terminated him, and his severance package would have been my severing my foot off in his butt for that behavior. But, you know, you can't do that when you're a city administrator. So I expect that they did put out a statement today on KSAT, and they explained that everybody gets due process, including the police chief. And part of that due process is the powers that be. They need to review all the evidence and determine what the facts are. You know, it wouldn't be proper for them to fire somebody on rumor. And really, to be honest with you, at the end of the day, currently, that is exactly what this is now. Granted, the information came from the Medina County Sheriff, and we don't have any reason to not believe that, right? So the mayor, yeah, if the video is released to the public, they will have a harder time explaining if they don't fire him. I don't believe that they're not going to terminate his employment, but I believe that they're going to need to review the facts before they do. I believe that and I have to agree. I believe that they do need to review the facts. If you guys didn't catch it, they did place him. Currently, the police chief is on administrative leave. So currently, he's not going to be serving as the police chief. I believe that that is the appropriate action to take. Considering the allegations, certainly if it is found that he did say those things, we wouldn't want him performing as police chief in the meantime while they investigate. So kudos to them for taking action to place the chief on administrative leave. That's certainly a step in the right direction to make this matter right by the public. And, we'll go from there.
It wasn't a audit survey, it was one that states that the north corner of this lot. It was a plat survey, it wasn't an actual plat. So, exactly. So the guy that comes out, I pointed all these things out. That lot over there is faulty, that lot over there is faulty. Look at the lines, I mean, everything. I'm not sure. That's one question I will ask the mayor, if it's paid administrative leave or not. I think that's an important question to ask. So definitely we want to ask if he is on paid administrative leave. They didn't say paid, they just said administrative leave. So that's also up to them. I would say that putting him on non-paid administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation would be the most appropriate, but they may have rules, they may have a contract that requires them to do certain things that we won't agree with. So for example, it may be part of his contract that administrative leave is paid, but those are things that we'll determine later, and hope that they do the right thing. So right now, guys, we're waiting on the mayor to be done so we can get a comment. This neighbor, he says, "You have to the road so far on the other side." Okay, so let's move the fence. We haven't done it yet. Sure. So I send a new plat to the fence that is blocked on 6 feet. So okay, I was 12 over here. 12 over here. I got 6 feet back. I already have my forms up. I'm 10 feet off of the new plat. I laid it down. Forms were up. They came out, gave us that for approval. Pour. They got poured. They're waiting for 13 days, 10 days, and then down there after they pull the forms. And then all of a sudden, I see a little bit of French heritage here. I guess that Sister City, that document we were just looking at. Sister City Charter, in order to further cultivate and strengthen relations, friendships, and mutual respect between the people of Castroville and Grishenheim, we hereby renew the sister agreement between our two cities. I don't know where. Oh wow! Look, that's Grishenheim, France. By this charter, we commit to Henry. I don't know that we can go back there.
I don't know if we can go back there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm trying to be nice to the mayor so I can get a comment. So
Okay, so behave myself.
behave. By this charter, we commit to an engagement to develop cultural, tourist, social, and economic exchanges between our two communities, and in particular, those concerning our use and future of the sister agreement. So that looks like an agreement between Castroville and a city in France as a sister city. Kind of symbolic, I guess. It's symbolic of that time, and that was in. Oh, that was in 2011. Oh wow. Okay. That's pretty interesting. This is like, I guess, when you first come into City Hall during the day, this is kind of the front office, if you will. And There's a lot of German heritage down in this way, so there's a lot of German stuff like in New Braunfels and things like that. Just
Hey,
talking
sorry.
to the audience, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so I'll ask you two questions. One will be, you guys have mentioned administrative leave, is that paid or non-paid? And then the other one, do you have any comment regarding what you guys are gonna do from this point? And that's it, and then you're very limited on what you can talk about, and I understand that, and
Right.
they all understand. So I'm gonna go turn the mic on. Okay, hold on just a second. Can you say your name and spell it, please?
Hi, my name is Darren Schroeder. It's DarrinSchroeder,
And your position here?
Mayor of Castroville.
Mayor, Mayor, in the council meeting, when y'all came back from executive session, towards the end of the meeting, y'all mentioned that the status of chief is going to be administrative leave.
Brian
that gonna be-
Jackson, as of right now, is on paid administrative leave,
Paid administrative,
pending
and
an investigation.
pending an investigation.
So, and I want to be really clear about this. This is something that's very, very hard. I mean, there's no easy answer here. The easy answer is that our society is messed up. Our society is broken, and we need to make fundamental changes in the way that we act toward people, the way that we treat people, the way that we talk to people, and words do matter. I recognize that, I understand that. Without people advocating for people who can't or won't advocate for themselves, things aren't gonna change. And so we have to take stuff like this seriously. The other side of that is there is due process, and we have legal obligations to perform our duties as administrators and make sure that we are doing things properly. And so that is a part of the proper process. We are actively investigating this. We are actively pursuing the truth, and we will actively pursue what is right. There's no excuse for doing the wrong thing. I have tons to say about this, but I believe in standing up for what's right. I will do what's right, no matter the cost. It's the right thing to do. That's all I got.
Perfect. Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah, no problem.
My name is Jack Miller.
Hey.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I've never.
Hey, how's it going? Pleasure.
Let me give you a card. The mic is still on.
Mine's up here. Well, I like to make myself available, you know?
Man,
It's-
cards are so 1990s.
I know. Well, have you
Just jump on
have
my
you been in
computer.
Gastroville?
I just jumped. I have not. I have not.
You said
had to,
1990s.
I have
That's-
not had to come
We're
up here.
kind of 1890s.
This is my card.
Uh-huh.
I'm a jack of many trades. Today I'm here in a journalistic capacity, covering the story on the chief. But primarily what I do is I run a channel with a YouTube channel with about 50,000 followers, and I get another 500,000 through syndication with colleagues. And I focus on police and misconduct. And so I go out and I try to take care of that stuff by dealing with them directly, grabbing the bull by the horns. For example, if somebody's, I keep a database. I get complaints, and I can literally, it'll flag trends. For instance, and this didn't happen in Castroville, but if there was a Castroville officer doing some nasty to people, people will send me emails and stuff, text messages. I enter all that information in the database. It'll flag a trend for that officer, or for Castroville. It'll flag Castroville. So I'll go up and I'll pull up badge numbers, names, and things, and I can pull up all these complaints. And then you can see, okay, this officer, it seems like everybody's complaining because this guy goes hands-on when somebody cusses at him. Granted, they shouldn't have been cussing at the officer, but my viewpoint is that, okay, if the person's cussing at him, if the officer doesn't know what to do other than go hands-on, then he needs to either fix that or be replaced. So what I do,
retrained.
these are my methods.
Right.
I don't come out here to retrain anybody. I don't come out here to tell you
You
guys
can just
what to
make
do.
sure and that's what I was
I
talking
come
about.
out
You
here
advocate.
and I do exactly what pisses him off, in hopes that I'm going to get his behavior on video, and then I can take that video and take it to you guys and say, look, this is what I made him do.
Yeah.
And then there's a sideshow to that, right? There's a sideshow of content creation. So people like to see me hand it to these guys when they do that stuff. But on the flip side of that, I take it to you guys and say, fix it. If you don't, then I become your problem.
Yep.
You know, it's kind of like, okay, are all y'all okay with this? You know? So anyway,
Well, don't get me wrong.
But I've
I
never
don't
gotten-
envy that position. I don't envy our cops. They have a
neither.
huge duty to do,
me neither.
but they have to do it.
I
And
love
if
our,
they do it wrong,
I love our police. I do. I'm a former law enforcement officer, 13 years. By the way, I tried to interview the chief out here, and I said, "Sir, hello, my name is Jack Miller. I'm a journalist. I have some questions for you." He goes, "Aren't you the guy they fired from Bear County?" Now, I will tell you this: never been fired from a job in my life. 13 years law enforcement, honorable discharge from the U.S. Army, and you know, I lead a clean life. So an officer from Windcrest was fired for saying that, and a sergeant from Alamo Heights was given a 3-day suspension for saying that because it was just conduct unbecoming. For a while there, I let him say that stuff. It was. I guess it made him feel good. Weren't you the guy that was fired? I wasn't fired. I had a car accident off duty, got a brain injury, ended my career. Can't multitask. I lost about 60% of my ability to multitask. So I can hold this and talk to you, and that's about it. But anyway, he did say that. So I will be addressing that. I'm not sure how yet, but then most likely there will be a formal complaint made. I guess it would be to the city manager
correct.
for the police chief, right? So one will be coming in about that.
Perfect.
Just to let you know, it's all
I-
on video, and
I appreciate that.
you know, I'm not out to get the guy. I have my own personal opinions. Well, I've already told them. I have my own personal opinions. You know, I told these guys if I were the city manager or the mayor, I would have, you know, the only severance package he would have got after I terminated him was severing my foot off in his butt for the conduct. But that's why I'm not in city administration, because then you get sued,
Yes.
and the taxpayers foot that bill.
Right.
You guys have to exercise due diligence to keep that liability away. So I know it's been a long night. Thank you for your time.
Well, thanks for
All right.
sticking it out. Sorry.
Thank you, sir.
They're normally not this long. This just happened.
Well, it
to
happens.
Be,
Leon Valley routinely goes to midnight. Routinely.
oh, I've watched those.
All right, did you see what we did out there?
You know who owns it?
Did you see what we
Mr.
did out
Medina,
there?
guy down there. Somebody asked him if they could put a
police
political
chief
sign in front of his.
Was totally
because Mr.
against
Masters
us.
allowed it.
Did a bunch of egregious
And he
things.
says, well,
Long
because
story
I don't know what
short,
to do with that
at the
lot
end of all
yet.
that,
I don't want
the police chief
to
was
have an
fired
issue, so
by the
I
city
don't-
manager.
Oh, out there.
The city
Okay.
manager
Ask the kids,
resigned.
you don't do that?
We
At this
had
time,
2
I don't
council
do it.
members
It's gonna
recalled
be a while.
through a petition
Now, I'm
and
gonna
votes.
approach him. He says, hey,
And, you know, now they're
this
operating
is
a
the
lot
issue
better.
of the neighbors around here.
Hi.
And say, hey, do you mind just keeping a storefront?
Yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna get out of your hair.
All right, take care, guys.
Have a good day. Or night.
Medina, what kind of business is?
Eye doctor.
Oh, he's an eye doctor.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for watching.
He has a louver
Peace and stay free.
cover, and it